That sounds like really significant inner work. But there's another layer people talk about, isn't there? Something maybe less obvious, the influence of the wider family system.
Yes, absolutely. This draws on ideas from things like systemic work, family constellations.
Yeah.
The basic concept is that we're not just individuals floating free, we're part of a larger family system.
Okay.
And that system has a kind of memory. It holds on to past events, loyalties, hurts that haven't been fully resolved.
So how does that family memory affect a woman trying to connect with a masculine partner now?
Well, think about your lineage. If you look back at your grandmother, your mother, and the men in their lives, your grandfather, your father, if those men were often absent or seen as weak, or maybe they were rejected or even caused harm,
Yeah.
you might completely unconsciously hold this deep loyalty to the women in your family who went through that, who maybe suffered in those relationships.
A loyalty.
Yeah.
How does that play out?
Out of that loyalty, you might instinctively just keep a certain distance from healthy present masculinity without even realizing you're doing it.
So it's like staying in solidarity with the women before you who maybe didn't have positive experiences with men. Like it wouldn't be fair to them if you did.
That's often the dynamic described. On a really deep, maybe pre-verbal level, allowing yourself to actually have a healthy, strong, reliable masculine partner might feel somehow like you're betraying the women in your line, or like it's an injustice. These systems, from that perspective, tend to seek a kind of balance, and they can resist things that feel like too much of a departure from the past, even if the past was painful.
That's a really powerful hidden dynamic. So how does this unconscious loyalty actually show up in dating or relationships today?
It can manifest in a couple of main ways. One is you might find yourself repeatedly drawn to or choosing partners who genuinely don't carry the weight.
Hmm.
Men who aren't really stepping into their full mature potential. Maybe they're emotionally unavailable, maybe they're caught up in their own stuff and can't really show up fully.
Okay. And the other way it shows up.
The other side is if you do happen to connect with a man who seems capable, who has that masculine potential, you might then, again, often unconsciously start to sort of emotionally castrate him.
Emotionally castrate. That's a really strong term. What does that look like?
It's patterns of behavior, usually rooted in those old fears and loyalties we talked about. Things like constant criticism, needing to control what he does, how he does it, a deep-seated lack of trust that permeates everything, always pointing out his flaws.
Undermining him.
Yeah, it's a way of subtly, or maybe not so subtly, chipping away at his confidence, his ability, or even his desire to stand strong and partner with you from his own stable center.